Okay, so it's been a minute since I did a MBTI video, and I thought I would make one on the novelty of dating an ENTP, because I think we really, like, in the dating world, fit into a niche category. Now, I'm not one of those channels that's gonna be like, subscribe, like, check out my link in the description and my PayPal, my Patreon. I don't give a fuck if you like me. I don't give a fuck if you subscribe. I don't care if you thumbs down. I don't care if you troll the comments. I don't care what you do, because I'm not trying to get anything from you. I'm trying to give you something. Just my experience, my, like, what life has taught me over the last 10 years. I'm 44, so, you know, I'm a older ENTP. I'm not like a millennial ENTP or a millennial MBTI, like, channel that is trying to make money and monetize things and is gonna sell you a bunch of affirmation and whatever. I mean, I'm just gonna hit you with some cold hard facts that have been my experience as a ENTP man. Your mileage may vary. So I'm at about 550 days single. 550 days of being single. Over the last 10 years, I've been in 4 relationships, all with NFs. There was an INFJ, an INFP, ENFP, and another INFP. There were really appealing qualities to every single one of them. There were also some similarities in terms of the issues that they had with me. I think overall, INTPs and INTJs just handle me the best. Like, over the years, they've always dealt with my personality best, because I can be abrasive, I can be harsh, I can be crass, I can be insensitive. It's never intentional. I'm always doing what I think is the greater good, speaking a truth that a lot of people don't want to speak. But as an ENTP, I think part of the novelty is the fact that we really don't give a fuck about what people think. Like, as a general rule, we are not conflict avoidant. I don't like conflict. I will honestly say I don't enjoy it. I do like a good debate, and I like verbal sparring, provided both people enjoy it. And I can seemingly be very confrontational, because I'm passionate. With passion comes an elevated voice and speaking faster and an intensity. I'm intense. It's always been a description that has been used relating to me. But I mean, I do acknowledge that life is conflict, so I don't avoid it. I think as an Enneagram 7, we tend to have this fear of the unknown, and so I don't like having something just kind of being out there. It just causes me anxiety. I'd rather deal with it here and now and be done with it than let it sit. So I guess I do a lot of perspective shifting, and I do a lot of asking myself, is this true? Is this an illusion? Is this factual? Is this a valid fear, an invalid fear? Am I ruminating excessively? What degree of worry makes sense? What is just too much? And so I look at conflict probably a little different than other people. I look at it like cleaning house. I don't like landmines in the area that I want to just be able to relax. I want to just be able to walk and speak freely with my partner. And I think that's an amazing gift that two people can give each other, the ability to speak freely and know you're going to be accepted and supported and loved, and there's going to be some unconditionality? Is that a word? To it. So the common theme for me has been that I'm argumentative, that I'm confrontational, that I'm judgmental, that I'm a lot of things that I have spent a lot of time trying to figure out if it's accurate or valid. And and it is their experience. They see me that way. It's accurate from their perspective. It's not accurate if they were in my brain and they knew how I was looking at a particular situation. But I've gotten that feedback. So I get a lot of I've never met anybody like you type of stuff when it comes to me. And I think because I am so outspoken and so unconventional, the worst thing you could ever do is try to get an ENTP to go on some dinner and a movie type date. It would drive us mad. I remember going on a date with a girl and picking her up with a backpack full of climbing gear, and I took her to this kind of tall bridge. It wasn't super tall, but it was kind of a tall bridge above a wash, and I just geared up. First date, geared everything up, got her harnessed up, and we rappelled off this bridge. I taught her how to rappel, and that's sort of what we did. ENTPs are very unconventional. We have a way that I think a lot of people might view as justifying things. But to give you a really good example, I hate the plastic bags. And the thin ones in the grocery stores, we still have them here. If you're in, some of the Pacific Northwest or any of the more liberal states, you may not have them. But I hate them. You drive through the desert and you see them like hanging from bushes and trees and shrubs, and it's just disgusting, really. So I do my part. I usually get paper, or I repurpose the plastic bags if I do get those. But here's what I realize: like, people are greedy. They're always greedy, and everything comes down to money. So if we all collectively, all these environmentalists and social justice warriors, and these people with these causes that they need to constantly be taking on, no matter how important or not they may be, if we all got together and collected a year's worth of plastic bags and then dumped them all down our sewers, clog up the sewers, cause flooding, cause insurance claims, cause the city to have to go in and repair things, cause flood damage, cause all kinds of problems, and fucking bags would be banned in a week. Like, that would be it. The second it costs the city $15 million in cleanup, they would address it. But they're not going to address it from a place of comfort. So ENTPs in general, we have a different way of seeing things, a different way of understanding things, and so it can cause clashes, it can cause problems, and I think it makes for a difficulty. Like, for me, I'm pretty well balanced when it comes to emotion, in terms of I still always have something to learn from almost anybody, and I can always be kinder. I can always deal with things in a more sensitive way, but I've balanced it enough that I know kind of where I can stay true to myself and stay true to my message and stay sincere and, still be as kind as possible. I'm not often nice. I've done a video on that. It doesn't seem nice, but I think it's important to be kind and not necessarily important to be nice. And so as a result, like, I can we ENTPs have a very short learning curve, and so I can bake my own food, I can sew my own clothing, I can make my own crafts, I can do almost everything for myself, and so I don't need anybody. I could use a fucking crazy bitch in my life. I could use a complete lunatic that's like off the walls and I don't even understand, and she's covered in clay or dust from chiseling rocks or clay from pottery or whatever, like her crazy shit is. I could use that. When I was with the ENFP, it was kind of like that. She was, she was a little bit of a, she was tough. She was a little monster for sure. She would be difficult for most people to deal with, and she would have chewed most guys up alive, but it was too comfort driven. So, there wasn't a balance there. So for me, when it comes to thinking about partner selection, what am I missing? Well, I'm not great with stability. I'm not great with finishing up projects. I'm not great with day-to-day cleaning. I'm good with deep down cleaning, but not the 15 minutes a day. I'm kind of the day a month sort of person. Like, all right, it's been a month or two, I'm going to devote the whole day to this. I'm not good with decorating. I have an industrial rack there. I have a bookshelf that I don't even know where I found there with 1,000 bullets, and I have a couple of little things that I try to soften up my life, but as a result, everybody else's home always feels more like home to me than my own home, which kind of is a shitty feeling. So I think with me, a partner can provide stability and the feeling of home, but there's an expense that I don't think somebody that likes an ENTP always understands. I don't think they always understand that we're going to get our head into projects and sort of disappear from the world for a week or two at a time, and then reemerge and, you know, want to hang out all the time. And I don't think people understand that, you know, we really are like getting a pet raven. We're going to get into everything. We're curious about everything. We're going to pluck at it and touch it and fuck with it. And, you know, we're messy. Like, we're disorganized. We're cluttered. Our brains are like that too. So I remember one time kind of joking with an INTJ, and she's an engineer, stable as fuck, like same car, same job, same apartment, same everything since she graduated college 15 years ago. But I remember one time saying, like, I was joking with her. I'm like, well, what do you have to offer me? And she just was like, stability. And I was like, fuck, she ain't wrong, that's for sure. Like, that knocked a little cocky off of me for sure. But especially because I was joking and wasn't expecting a serious response. But so I don't know. You know, if you're interested in an ENTP, think long and hard about that shit. We are, you know, if you need somebody to bring the fun and the excitement, we'll definitely do that. And, you know, I go back and forth between if I want the crazy fucking bitch, like the absolute lunatic, stab somebody in the throat with a screwdriver if they're messing with their man kind of girl, or if I want the, like, stable, calm demeanor. And I've sort of gone back and forth in my dating. And I think that's where I always have a pull to INFPs, that really calm energy that just makes me feel like, okay, breathe, you know? Yeah, I don't know. So this is my fucking video. It's 12 minutes long, and this is the best you're gonna get from me right now. I don't script this shit. I ain't thought it through. I just sat down and made it, and I always second guess it, but fuck it. Here it is. Peace out, bitches.